And hello everybody, welcome back to the Interchange Corden. It's the grand final edition. We've finally made it, episode 12. It's the Holy Grail, it's the game of all games. The one day in October, semi-finals, prelim finals, you can forget about them all. But we are here, grand final show of the Interchange Corden, and
bit of a different sound. One day in October. It's nearly November.
I don't think we'll get a grand final this late ever again, hopefully. But yeah, we're here and we are going to discuss last week's ripping prelim finals and just give you what you want to hear about the grand final. Everything there is to know, our expert opinions, and without further ado, I reckon we just get straight into the round review, kicking it off Friday night, Port Adelaide versus Richmond.
Yeah.
Poor.
Richmond winning.
Because I hate fucking Richmond.
Yeah. It was.
I get around Richmond. It was a good game. Port looked like they were going to run over it. Richmond in the end, but they just held them off. Bit of a wet game. It was a bit sluggish. Plenty of highlights though.
Both teams.
It was
Port and
game.
Richmond both played pretty well. Like that, Port turned up, but at the end of the day, Richmond just.
It was exactly what you wanted to see from a prelim. Both teams just putting their bodies on the line, especially in that fourth quarter.
The big names delivered as well. Dixon and Lynch were quite good, I thought.
Dixon was a bit.
Dixon was a bit average, but it was a bit hard for the tall forwards because of the wetness.
Created contests. There was action left, right, and centre. The crowd was
up
one
and
of the best
about.
crowds I've ever
Connor
seen.
Rosie had a brilliant game.
Very nice.
The Port fan after the game that Tom Lynch got into, he had a blinder. Just don't get around Richmond at all. Unfortunately, they won.
Yeah, there's not too much to talk about it. It was a good game, but nothing too easy. Oh, we got to touch on Brad Ebert.
That was very
absolutely courageous. That was some of the best work you'd ever seen.
The human skeleton running back,
and then of course ended his career with a bang.
Yeah, he sure did. He really used the term "go out with a bang" to his full advantage there.
It would have been very sad if they had made it through the granny and Brad Ebert would have to miss.
So it was probably a good thing in the end.
Now this game could have gone either way, and unfortunately Richmond got over the line. But
we get to see Richmond in another grand final.
Yeah, hopefully could even see the Richmond lose a grand final.
Yeah, I'll be hoping a lot. Richmond do not get up.
Deez has made quite the ambitious call, and he said he would eat his hat if Richmond won the grand final.
Yeah, I said I'd eat my shoe if Richmond in the grand final. Put it out to the world. So
I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
bit of a mad moment. So hopefully we're back in Geelong.
And next game, Brisbane versus Geelong, highly anticipated game, and Brisbane were the favourites going in, but Geelong convincingly got the job done in the end.
In the end, convincingly.
40 points in the end.
Yeah, but they just ran over them in the end.
Geelong deserved the win.
Yeah, it was a quality game of football. Wasn't wet at least, and their midfield just delivered. Hawkins played well. Maybe could have kicked a few more that he sprayed, but he was.
Got to highlight Hawkins' role in the ruck too. The amount of inside 50 stoppages that the Cats had was quite impressive because Hawkins would just grab it out of the ruck and just get all those goal assists that he's so good at doing.
It was a great matchup, Hawkins and Harris Andrews, and Hawkins probably got the chocolates.
Yeah, definitely got the chocolates.
I haven't seen Harris Andrews challenge like that in a long time.
Yeah, Brisbane had a bit of a sniff all game, but they just failed to get close enough to Geelong without conceding a goal from the Cats. But Geelong gets the job done in the end.
It really makes you think, how did Geelong lose? Like, they're just so balanced, backline, midfield, forward. It's just
experience galore.
Also, adding on top of that, the fish and chips coming up back up. But Dangerfield and Sally didn't have big games, but they still managed to, because of the depth of Geelong's midfield, they can afford to have 3 or 4 people to have a quiet game and still get up. I assume Dangerfield will come back with a big game in the grand final, and it's going to be an absolute show. We may as well get into that now because we've talked about the 2 games now, and of course we've got the big grand final, Geelong Richmond.
Massive game. It's the 2 best teams of the year. Pretty much. Port Adelaide probably stiff, but in the end, experience gets the 2 teams over the line. And these 2 teams, they're probably at their peak of their powers. Geelong, most of their players they've been building towards this moment for quite a couple of years now, and Richmond on the verge of a dynasty. Either way, this game could go either way. And we saw them match up earlier in the year, and I think Richmond got the job done in the end.
It's going to be matchups galore. It's going to be Bruce McAvaney's heaven. It's going to be
Dusty.
It's going to be Dusty versus Dangerfield. It's going to be Hawkins versus Lynch. It's going to be an absolute show. The battle of two very strong midfielders. A lot of great small forwards. And it's to be honest, it's just going to be who delivers on the day. The crowd obviously is not going to put too much effect on the game.
Who would have thought that the two Victorian teams facing off a grand final would be in Queensland?
In the Gabba.
You would not read about it, and that begs the question: do they even fill the Gabba?
No, of course they'll fill the Gabba.
It's going to be you back the Gabba in, but
the Gabba always provides great.
There'll be people from all over the country though. There is people coming from South Australia, NT, and Western Australia, I believe. I don't think New South Wales borders are open for.
We don't need to talk about that. We're no political show.
Bit above us there.
But we're on the grand final. It's the grand final show for a reason. We're gonna get you our tip. We're gonna get you our Norm Smith medal, first goal scorer for the culture, and margin. It's a big grand final special, and I think we'll get straight into it.
We'll do one at a time. We're gonna do all our predictions one at a time. Here we go.
All right, I'll kick off.
First of all, we're gonna go through our tips.
The tip has to be. I'm not tipping against Geelong.
Good man.
It's an emotional tip, maybe. I do not want to see Richmond win, but again, Geelong should win. It's that their players are recognising this is their chance. Hawkins, Danger, Ablett. This is it's not their last chance, but it's their best chance. So that they're going to have a good crack, and I'll be back in Geelong in.
It sure is.
Yep. Oh well. Do you want to do margin as well with that?
Yeah, margin. I think it'll be a close game. I think Richmond, will have a crack. So I'll be tipping Geelong by 12 points in what will be a fairly good granny, which is what we want.
Yeah, you back it in to be a good granny under the Friday night. Not the Friday night. Saturday night.
Saturday twilight. Something different.
No doubt Brisbane will put on a good show.
Yeah, my tip. I'm gonna go the Tigers. I reckon they'll get their third grand final in 4 years. I think they'll win by about. I'll say 19 points.
Ooh.
It'll be pretty close, and then they'll just kick a few at the end there. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to the last couple of minutes. Jeez. I did tip Gary Ablett to win the Norm Smith last week, but I will go Richmond. So we'll talk about the Norm Smith.
Talk about Norm Smith in a bit.
If it is Tigers, you have to worry for Geelong because Tigers have ended the Coroms next year, and then the Giants next year. So if Tigers get up, I'll be tipping Geelong to just slide down that ladder a bit. So
and my tip, I cannot tip Richmond. I've had enough of Richmond. I'll be going the Cats. I reckon it's now or never for the Cats. You back them in, big game.
How much tipping them by?
I reckon it's going to be a bloody close game. I reckon I'm going single digits. I reckon Cats by about 7.
We like that, don't we? Like
at
the end of the day,
Cats by 7.
At the end of the day, the tipping is a bit irrelevant in terms of the competition because.
Get around yourself. 2 for 2 last week. Get around it. A freezing a box to me.
But let's we don't really care about that at the moment because it's the grand final show for a reason, and we don't give a shit about Harry's
amazing tipping ability because it's just unbelievable how he does it.
Yeah, shut up. Norm Smith.
All right, now, jeez, I actually thought about this.
Yep. He's going Sam Simpson.
No. All right, Norm Smith. You could say your Dangers, your Ablets, your Selwoods, but no. I'm going to go on one of the players from the Geelong midfield that's just been going under the radar a little bit. He's a class act. Some would say he's a little bit unpolished around the edges, and I'll be saying big Cam Guthrie.
Yeah.
To take it out.
Cammy Guthrie, the hopeless man to get the cup.
Jeez. Big Cameron Guthrie.
I'd love to see it. He's a good bloke. He was crying at the end of the prelim final.
Was that with his brother?
There was a great image with
it was emotional.
Great image with the Buckley.
It just shows you he wants this.
Guthrie brothers were crying.
It just shows you how much this grand final means to him. So we'll be backing him to play an absolute blinder at the Gabba.
Yeah. Zach Guthrie.
That'd be brilliant. Zach Guthrie. He's not going to get a game.
Cam Guthrie to kick 4 and 38 touches.
You would not read about it. Who's your tip for the round? Norm Smith.
Well, I'm going Tigers, so
maybe I'll try.
I originally said Gary Ablett, but I'm going to tip the Tigers. So
if you say Dusty,
maybe I'll try.
Richmond's Norm Smith medalist will be Dustin Martin.
That's a walkout. How can you tip Dusty again?
We love a bloke that really just pushes the boundaries of the tipping. Don't we?
Yeah. I've really got a bold.
You're
call.
boring. That is absurd. Dusty is not going to win the third Norm Smith. God.
It's 2020 though. I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Lambert pulled it out of his ass. Kane Lambert. He's gonna do something special.
Oh Jesus! If Dusty wins, I'll eat my shoe with these because fuck. What are you doing?
Okay, now we go to Plunkett's.
Yeah, my Norm Smith medal. I said danger last week, and I'm saying him again. If the Cats get over the line,
says boring. This man is saying the best player in Geelong, and you're saying I'm boring by saying Dusty.
He's never even made a grand final. If Geelong wins,
he's the best player in the league.
Okay, I'll go.
No, stick with your tips.
I'm going to go Harry Taylor for the North. Back him in, Harry Taylor.
End of that segment.
Danger win the
Bit of a wild Norm Smith segment there, bit of controversy.
First goal scorer while we're at it.
Yes, I'm excited for the first goal scorer because I love tipping the first goal scorer, but and I wouldn't want to tip against my great man at Geelong, Brian Myers.
Oh, Brian Myers. That is the best call I've seen all year.
I want to see a bit of these ones coming out in celebration.
It's going to be Brian Myers. That's a great call. I don't know if I can beat that call.
Join me. You can't beat it.
No. The first goal scorer will be Sam Simpson.
For
Geelong.
Which
even though he plays, no you don't, because he's number 37. He's I didn't know who he was a few weeks ago, so I looked up his name. I looked up his number and I found Sam Simpson. I'm like, geez, Sam Simpson.
He's a little bit underrated though, old Simo.
He runs the wing, doesn't he? A little bit of wing, bit of half back, bit of half forward. He just goes around and he do his bit, and he'll just sneak forward on the run and I'll snag one from 45, I'd say.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's gonna be danger.
It's not gonna be danger. I'm not gonna say that again. I'm gonna go another Geelong player. I'm gonna back Gary Rowan to kick the first goal.
I love Gary.
The ranger.
While we're here, we might as well hear the story. He was located in Schmitz at Geelong, and I didn't say hi to him because I'm not Christian. So yeah.
If Gary Rowan doesn't kick the first goal, you're back.
You've let down the Interchange Corden. If Richmond kick the first goal,
we're in strife, but they're not going to kick the first goal because you back ourselves into
Brian Myers. Anyway,
they're all good tips.
Good
should be a great game, and
moving on to questions. Best coach was handed in by Lockie Sheehan, I think.
Yeah, we'll just go questions.
Was it Lockie Sheehan? No, it wasn't, mate.
It's one of the Sheehans.
It was Harry Sheehan.
Moving on to questions. Best coach was asked by Lockie Harry Sheehan. The Sheehans? One of them.
Who do you reckon? Run through them quick.
Chris Fagan, great man, Brisbane, has just turned them around. You got to say, he's a nice bloke, funny bloke, Chris Fagan.
Yeah, I'll go Damien Hardwick, best coach.
Oh my god!
It's obvious. We're saying genuine. Shut up! Who are you going to say? Brett Ranton? Go.
Yes, I'm going to say Brett Ranton.
Exactly.
He's got the Saints from 14th to 6th. That is a bloody good effort.
14 to 6, and you know what? Damien Hardwick's got him 2 premierships.
Yeah, so but you know what Brett Ranton isn't? A shit bloke. Just like Dimmer. I don't like Dimmer. He's got a bit arrogant a bit.
Favourite AFL player? You go first.
Alright, well, look, there's a bit of a story behind this one. Now, Warnie would love this call because my favourite player is also Eddie Langdon. For the Melbourne Football Clubs. It's come about, I've always been a big fan of Eddie at Freo. He was very entertaining. But at Melbourne, he's come to Melbourne and in the Smith household I have a brother, Josh Smith. And the resemblance not only between looks but personality between Eddie Langdon and Josh Smith. I cannot tell the difference between them, and that's just why you just got to get around Eddie Langdon.
Langdon is Josh Smith.
Well, my call, I really want to get around Brian Myers, but we already put that one out there, so I'm going to go a massive call here. My favourite player in the AFL is Connor Butterick.
Just silence. Nothing. Connor
Butterick had a great season this year for Gold Coast. A elite little halfbacker. I love his way he goes about it. Number 35. I got a jersey, so you get around him. I hope to see
You're probably
take strides.
You're probably his number one. He's probably his number one fan.
Yeah, took a Rising Star nominee. I can't remember what round it was, but elite player on the best. I reckon a finals bound Gold Coast Suns team next year.
Don't get it too early.
No, I'm with you, Harry.
Yeah,
Suns aren't making it next year.
Okay, your favourite player?
I need to put some thought into this. It's got to be a Saints player. But
Just think of it.
If it's not Jack Steele,
it's Jack. I mean, I've got a shirt of him. I've got the Jack Steele All Australian shirt, so Jack Steele's definitely one of the favourites. And
Rowan Marshall, you get around.
Rowan Marshall, Paddy Ryder.
Just say one, you dog.
Say the whole list. And a big Max King, number 12. Big fan of Revolt's work. You gotta keep the number 12.
Can we get a hero card for this bloke over here? All right. Now we'll move. We'll do best under 22 player now. Now you go first. Have you got a?
Yeah, I've got a best under 22 player. As far as to back this point up, I don't have many stats, but Matt Rao.
Matt Rao. Matt Rao.
Vacuum
He's the best
I
player
don't have
ever.
any info to back the call up, but he's just the best.
My best under 22 player is Andy McGrath. He's been elite this season, classy in the midfield. He's moving to the midfield to really elevate his game. He's going to be great for years to come. And you may say it's slightly biased, but definitely elite.
Nah, good.
Yeah,
man.
and if I'm saying bias, I've got to run one of the Saints small backs, either Nick Caulfield or Hunter Clark. But I'm not going to be biased this day. I've got to say
That's AFL trade rumours level.
I've got to say Sam Walsh.
Sam Walsh
as the best under 22 player. These two are great calls themselves. There's a lot of good under 22 players. But if I'm not saying Nick Caulfield or Hunter Clark, it's got to be Sam Walsh. He's just elevated his game. He's one of the leaders of Carlton. He's only 20 or 19.
Yeah.
And that is a bloody good effort. He'll probably poll more votes than Cripps in the Brown line.
Honourable mention, Tim Taranto.
He's
already run a BNF.
Bailey Smith, Max King.
There's plenty of good future in the world of AFL.
Yeah, it was a very good side, the under 22 this year.
Now, we've got a few questions here. For you cricket fans out there, big cricket players here this weekend.
Starting to shift.
The
Cricket's
start of
coming
the
along.
cricket season.
This Tuesday, the game, by the time this podcast will have already been up, me and Dees will have faced off in a game under lights in the Corden.
So basically,
the
cricket season started this weekend, and these boys had Dees playing for Kyneton and Plunker playing for Hanging Rock. Their game was scheduled for a Friday night T20 match.
And in true Hills fashion, it got washed out. So their game's been rescheduled for Tuesday. Tuesday night.
I managed. Did you play this in seniors?
No, and then the seniors.
Yeah, then the seniors got called off, and it was an absolute blinder.
Somehow I managed to play both of my games. So I played my juniors and my seniors. If you want to know, we'll keep the.
Keep it short for Harry's sake. You made about
none of us
10
really
and
care.
I made 14 runs and didn't get a wicket. So but we won one game. So there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. 14 is that a
No
combined?
shit. Yeah, 14 runs combined.
So you made 2 in the seniors.
Yeah.
We get around it.
Also in the GDCA, get around the GDCA cricket. There was a game, Macedon under-17s versus Woodend under-17s. Now this has been one of the most iconic games I've ever seen in my life. As Macedon got bowled out by 19.
4-19.
They got bowled out for 19.
And can I say, I've as a Healers player, we're not the greatest of clubs going around. We've been bowled out for 22 and 28 in my time there. And Macedon on the weekend have somehow topped that score.
19.
A new record. They've gone bowled out for 19. I think back in our day when I think that I've seen overs where a team has scored 19.
Their top scorer, can we just get this? The top scorer for Macedon, I believe, was 7.
Have we counted the extras? The extras might have been the top score for the Macedon.
Anyway.
Pricey, good friend of ours, got a 5 but we don't care. Stupid off spinner. If either one of us were out there, we would have smacked you out of the park. So, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, good bloke.
The last little thing we're going to touch on today is every week we've been doing awards.
Interchange Corden awards.
And now we're doing a bit of an interesting award. We've done like the standard awards, we've done the Mark of the Year, we've done the Goal of the Year, we've done the Most Improved. This time we're doing the biggest passenger, the most average player in the AFL. Now, we're going to start off with these here.
You got to put some thought into this one.
This one should not go under the radar. This award. This is quite an important award. And I'm sticking this one out to a North Melbourne player.
Should we do a quick description of what a passenger even
Yeah,
is? Because
okay,
I'm not sure.
For those who aren't sure what a passenger is, it's a player that gets a consistent game for the club in the best team, doesn't make much of a contribution, and he can just kind of do nothing, and just get a game in week in, week out, be carried by the teammates pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
So my passenger for North Melbourne, pretty ordinary club. Sorry to all the North fans, but you're not making many strides, and I'm putting it out to Ed Vickers-Willis.
Ed Vickers-Willis.
Yeah. If you haven't heard the name, well, I don't blame you. But he has been surprisingly getting the game.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done anything really.
A passenger. When we're talking passengers, I'll move on to mine. We're talking our 12 to 15 touches a game. We're talking not playing forward, not playing back, just not playing anywhere. They're just playing dead minutes, getting dead touches on the wing or just in the halfback, but not getting much of the ball.
Not doing much at all.
And my name for this, from the Essendon Football Club, Matthew Guelphy.
Matthew Guelphy, funny story. Deez and I have actually met Matthew Guelphy.
Yeah,
he came to our school, had a good chat.
Chuck a photo up of Matthew Guelphy.
Yeah, well, if I can be bothered to chuck a photo up, I'll chuck it up now. No doubt I will. But Matthew Guelphy, you want to explain why?
Can I
just say, he's one of the blokes that goes to the schools and tells the school kids what number he wears to look out on the TV for him. So that's just an indication of what kind of player he is.
The big number 35 for Essendon, consistently gets a game, plays average minutes on the wing. He's actually a pretty hard-nosed player, but Mr. 12, 15 touches, dyes his hair blonde. Hero, bit of a hero.
It's going to be awkward if we ever get Matthew Guelphy on the show, so...
I love you as a player, man, but you are a passenger. Alright, here we go.
Now, I'm going to go... It's the first one, it's probably less of a passenger, more of just a got no idea what he's doing bloke, and it's Josh Bruce.
Josh Bruce. I'll give you that.
He's gone from the Saints. He was actually a big forward for the Saints. He's gone to the bloody Dogs. And he's just done absolutely nothing.
His athleticism at the Dogs has just disappeared.
He's been so poor. Anyway, that will probably wrap up this grand final edition. It got pretty heated in the grand final segment, to be fair. But just adding to the grand final environment, it's going to be a big week. 2 Victorian clubs facing off, so you've got to wish both clubs all the best. As neutral fans, all we can do is hope for a good performance from Shepherd at half time. Hope for a good game. And H has grabbed both Rexona cans. This might be the final time you see the iconic Rexona spray.
Can we say goodbye? Goodbye, my lover.
Goodbye, my friend. You've been the one for me. Don't spray yet, because we're going to make a quick plug for the Shapes video. By the time this is out, this will all be released. You've got to check that one out. Us three in absolute... ordinary kits, to be fair. There was something else.
If you like the big calls, there's plenty of big calls in that.
There's plenty of big calls in that video. It got heated, and don't put headphones in if you're watching it. Like, comment, subscribe, comment your final predictions, and we'll see you later. Gotcha!